Home to me is probably the beach, not gonna lie, the ocean. My name's Robby Smith. I'm from Puerto Rico. I grew up there. I lived there 18 years. I lived on the north side of the island. Not a lot of people can say that they grew up on an island. I grew up with two other siblings, a brother and a sister, and then my mom and my grandma. We grew up in a single parent home with just my mom. I love my family, but we're a hot mess, and my dad was kind of not the greatest guy. Actually, he was bipolar. As we grow up, we're like taught that like, if your parents don't love you, like, and they're like the people that are supposed to love you, you kind of start doubting everyone who says they love you. That was a big root of it, was like, if my dad doesn't care about me, then a lot of people don't. Those were really hard things that I would cry about and I would think about and be like, no, I gotta be the first one to run away because I don't wanna be hurt. Kind of weird just living a life knowing a lot of my friends didn't have that. Everyone had like two parents, kind of like a perfect life idea, and ours wasn't, and we never really talked about it. Why all these people have such normal lives and ours isn't. I was so ready to like leave. I started playing football in high school, and I remember being like, people were like, oh my gosh, you're gonna play college, and I remember being like, that's gonna be my gateway to get out of here. Like, I was so ready to dip and leave. I kind of got recruited, got a lot of scholarship money, so I was like, okay, this is it. That kind of started this like new chapter of like, oh, this is very different than Puerto Rico, but it's mine. It's like, I own this. Throughout this whole time, I was still in the closet, so I didn't say I was gay until a year after college, because even though I was in Puerto Rico, it's very, like, people accept a lot of things, but that is one thing that was really hard. I always held that, and then going to the Midwest, where it was like, I went to a Christian college that was very conservative, and so, like, I always felt like I would never share honestly. Like, I would tell myself at moments, like, I would die with this. It got to a point where it just kind of, I couldn't take it anymore. I was having a really hard time finding who I was. When you live in your head for so long, you believe these lies that you create of yourself, that no one loves you, no one cares about you, no one wants you if they find these things about you. And so I believed that to a core. So I was gonna come clean because I was tired of lying, but I felt like even though I came clean, I was still gonna be rejected. I remember I had this friend named Taylor. It took me forever to tell her. I almost threw up. I told her. I immediately run to the bathroom because I think I'm gonna throw up because I'm so anxious. And because I think that she's gonna reject me and not be my friend. And that was the complete opposite. That in itself was great. It's just like freeing that that's something that I can live into, and I don't have to like worry that people are gonna hate me. My purpose as a person isn't to be gay. Ever since I was a kid, I loved surfing. I loved being with people. Those things haven't changed about me. What matters is that like the things that I really loved and care for since ever are still the same. And that's what I think ultimately we as people should care about, and that's it. I know that being gay is not everything, but I realize that there's a lot of people in my position that don't feel comfortable and don't feel like there's a spot for them, and whoever is listening to this or watching this, I want you to know that there is a space in this world for you, that you belong. As a kid who grew up like literally feeling so uncomfortable in my own skin and feeling like I didn't know who I was or where I belonged in the world, and thought that I would never find that, and finding a place now that I'm very comfortable and love who I am and love who I've become, I want you to know that there's a space in this world for you too. Like, no matter how hard it is right now, I know it looks like a tunnel vision, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. Facts. I honestly thought there was like, I was always gonna have to feel like guarded and insecure, and so not me. I mean, it takes time to love yourself, and that's just a fact, but know that there's a place for you, and like know that there's people that love you and care about you, as long as, like, as much as the world seems like it doesn't, there's people that do. Growing up as a kid, I had a lot of issues with my family, and then having to deal with coming out was a whole nother thing. But I think now the most important thing is living an authentic life.